Join me as I challenge myself to find the most powerful and motivating verses from the Bible that can uplift us all. Finding motivation can be tough, especially when we're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. But what if I told you that there's a source of motivation that's been right in front of us all along? The powerful words of God. Many of us struggle to stay motivated, and it's easy to get discouraged. We doubt ourselves, our abilities, and our purpose. We let fear of failure creep in, and before we know it, we're stuck in a rut. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning, hard to face the day, and hard to find the energy to keep going. External pressures don't help either. People around us might not believe in us, or might even try to bring us down. It's a heavy burden to carry, and it's no wonder we struggle to find the motivation to keep going. We feel like we're just going through the motions, without any real sense of purpose or direction. We get tired of feeling like we're not good enough, or that we're just not cut out for this thing called life. And then, of course, there's the comparison game. We look around at others who seem to have it all together, and we wonder why we can't be more like them. It's a vicious cycle, and it's hard to break free. We might turn to self-help books, or try to find motivation through worldly means. But the truth is, those things only take us so far. We need something deeper, something that speaks to the very core of who we are. We need God's words to motivate us, to inspire us, and to give us the strength we need to keep going. Let's take a look at some of the powerful scriptures that can help us overcome our struggles and find the motivation we need. In Philippians 4:13, it says, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." This verse is a game changer because it reminds us that our strength doesn't come from ourselves, but from God. It's a powerful reminder that we're not alone, and that we have a God who cares about us and wants to help us overcome our struggles. Another great scripture is 2 Corinthians 12:9, which says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" This verse is so freeing because it reminds us that we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to have it all together. We can be weak, and God's power can still shine through. It's not about us. It's about him and what he can do in and through us. In Isaiah 41:10, it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be frightened, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse is a powerful reminder that we're not alone. We don't have to be afraid, because God is with us. He's our strength, our help. He's the one who upholds us, even when we feel like we can't hold on anymore. One scripture that has really resonated with me is Psalm 34:17, which says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." This verse is so hopeful because it reminds us that God hears us. He hears our cries, our fears, and our doubts. He delivers us from our troubles and sets us free. It's not always easy and it's not always quick, but he is faithful and he will deliver us. One of the most inspiring stories I've heard is about a woman who was going through a really tough time. She was struggling with depression, anxiety, and feelings of hopelessness. But then she stumbled upon Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This verse changed everything for her. It reminded her that God had a plan for her life, a plan to prosper her and give her a hope and a future. It reminded her that she wasn't alone, and that God was working everything out for her good. This verse has become a turning point for so many people, because it reminds us that God is in control. We might not see the bigger picture, but God does. He knows what he's doing, and he's working everything out for our good. It's a powerful reminder that we can trust him, even when we don't understand what's going on. As we look back on these powerful scriptures, let's remember that God's words are our source of motivation. They inspire us, strengthen us, and give us the courage to keep going. They remind us that we're not alone, and that God is always with us. Let's hold on to these words and let them guide us on our journey. Thanks for joining me today. If you have a favorite motivational scripture, please share it with us in the comments below. And if you want to dive deeper into faith-based personal development, be sure to check out our next video.